So I finally got a Vita in 2024. I mainly got this because I got it for 99 cents. And just know I had a plug at a thrift store, and that's mainly why I got this for so cheap. And at the same time, he didn't even know if this worked or not. So I had to go out and get a charger, and it worked. And I'm so happy I got this because this is a handheld I've always wanted, but I just never felt like buying it. One of the things I always wanted to do on this was, of course, mod it, because I've always heard that this is a system that's really good to mod because you can do so many different things with this system. Because the handheld systems I always had growing up was the Game Boy Advance SP, the DS Lite, and the 3DS. These are always the systems I always had. I will say, fun fact, this is not my original one because my original one was a blue one. And also I did grow up, of course, playing with the Game Boy Color, but I don't got no Game Boy Color because I really don't want one. Now, since I got a Vita, one of the things I had to do first was, of course, get some games. And I can't lie, I picked up the first two Danganronpa games and then also a Senran Kaguya game that I already have on the PS4. But hey, I had to get them only because they were cheap and they were 20 something. I just wanted to own some games on the system before I even thought about like modded in and all that, because I just wanted the experience of just having games and then just put them inside the system and just doing that, because I do like that, because I do collect a lot of physical media. So I just wanted some of the games for the system. So one of the things I really love about this system is the UI, and I love how like almost everything is like a page turner. I love how they have that aesthetic, and like the bubble of all the icons looks so good. That's one of the things I love about this. And also the music sounds really good on the home screen when even for just like the basic theme, the music sounds really good. So that's one of the things I love. But one of the other things I didn't even know about this system is that it has access to the PS1 classics. Like, because I never heard anybody ever talk about the Vita having access to those, because when I ever heard anybody talk about the PS1 classics, they would always say like, yeah, you can buy all these expensive ass PS1 games for like super cheap and you can play it on your PS3, but I never heard anybody say you can play it on the Vita. So when I found that out, just know I had to buy some of the games. Yes, I know I'm gonna mod this and I can, you know, get all that shit for free, but at the same time, hey, I just wanted that experience of just playing it on here and just like, you know, maybe just going to the PS Classic and just seeing exactly what they had and all that. I will say, hey, just know I did pick up Parasite Eve and Resident Evil 3, even though you clearly see I own them already. I just wanted to play it on here just for, you know, just to play it, because I think that's really cool that you can play all these PS1 games on here, especially because it's a handheld system. The time this came out, that's actually really cool that you could play all these games that, you know, were never meant for handheld, that you can play them actually on here because they never got no handheld ports. So that was one of the things I found really fascinating, like when I got into the system and learning things about this. I did not know it had access to that. I knew it had access to the PS3 store, but I did not know it got the PS1 Classics, because I never heard anybody just talk about this getting access to them, because you can get the first 3 Resident Evil games, both of the Parasite Eve PS1 games, you can get the Dino Crisis game, you can get Persona 2. There's just so many cool PS1 classic games that you can get on this system. That's one of the things I really love about this system. Now, this is one of the best things I've ever bought for 99 cents, because like obviously it's worth way more than that, but at the same time I bought a lot of things for 99 cents because of garage sales and estate sales and all that. But hey, this might be the best thing because the Vita is a phenomenal system and I love just playing it. And I can't lie, it looks better than the Switch. It looks way better than what the Switch looks on handheld, because I was playing Persona 4 Golden on there and it looked way better to me than like how it looked on my Switch. But at the same time, I don't have the OLED Switch, I have just like the regular one. So I don't know, maybe that might make a difference and they might look the same. But hey, at the same time, this one looked way better and it feels way better than anything I've ever had when it came to like my Switch. So, and that's kind of crazy to think about when this is an older system. Now, it's a goddamn shame that we did not continue getting a lot of games on the system when it comes to like being over in the States, because I know in Japan this system got a whole bunch of games, because I have a Konosuba game that goes on the Vita that like came out I think like in 2018 or 17, somewhere around there, because they were still getting games on there, because the Vita was popular I guess over there compared to over here. For some reason it was not popular, when it arguably should have been way popular, because this is a very revolutionary handheld, and it's such that we don't have any other Sony handhelds besides, you know, the one BS they try and do now when it comes to like the remote control like systems that they have, like them things when it's just like, dog, just give us another handheld, Sony. Like, you could easily kill the game again, because the 2 handhelds you guys put out were both goated, because the PSP of course was goated and this is arguably goated. So it's like, just give us another system instead of, you know, all these damn remasters and then all these stupid PS5 ports and all the other bullshit that they always want to give us. But yeah, this system is most definitely underrated. And if you've not picked one of these up, go out there and just find one. If you can get one for cheap, do yourself a favor and get it, because it's a system that's worth it. And especially like when you start modding it, you can do so many cool things with it, because I'm eventually get into like modding this system because I want to do some of the cool things I've seen and like play a lot of the different games that I know you can get on this system though. But yeah, if you have a Vita, just let me know, how do you feel about the system? Do you like the system? Is it one of your favorite systems? Have you modded it? What games are you playing on there? I'm just curious what other people are playing when it comes to the Vita, because I think this system is really underrated, and I'm happy I finally got this system in 2024, because this system is really good and it's really cool. And I'm just happy that I finally have a handheld that I can really enjoy, because this one actually is pretty comfortable like when you're playing it. I will say one of the only downside I saw on it was like when I was playing Resident Evil 3, I kept touching the back because I didn't realize the back has a touch screen, and it's like the game kept pausing. So I was like, is there something wrong with this system? And then I looked, I was like, oh, there's a touchscreen on the back. I was like, wow. I'm like, why exactly is a touchscreen? That kind of reminds me of like the 3DS, how it had like the 3D thing, and it's like you never really used the 3D part, and that's kind of what this touchscreen kind of reminds me of. But I don't know, I might have to look into it and see what games exactly use that touchscreen, or what exactly function the touchscreen had though. But yeah, I can't believe I got a PS Vita for 99 cents in 2024. This system is truly underrated.